Can you feel that silence, Cowboys Nation? That heavy, uncomfortable quiet that settles in when a season ends not with fireworks, not with playoff dreams, but with questions hanging in the air. Questions that cut deep. Questions that echo through AT&T Stadium, through living rooms across Texas, and straight into the heart of what it means to be America's team. Because after a 34-17 loss to the New York Giants, after finishing 7-9-1, after watching another year slip away, one thing is clear. This wasn't just another loss. This felt personal. Let's set the scene. Week 18. Division rival. Pride on the line. And the Dallas Cowboys, a franchise built on championships, legends, and expectations, walk off the field beaten, bruised, and eliminated. No playoffs. No late-season miracle. Just the cold reality of back-to-back 7-win seasons. And then came the comments. Quiet. Measured. But loaded. Dak Prescott, the face of this franchise, the quarterback who carries the weight of the star on his helmet every single Sunday, stood at the podium and said something that stopped people in their tracks. This is one of the first seasons. I can't necessarily correlate my play to the wins or losses. Let that sink in for a second. A quarterback saying his performance didn't define the outcome. Was it honesty? Was it frustration? Or was it a subtle shot across the bow of a defense that simply could not hold the line? Now, before anyone jumps to conclusions, let's break this down calmly, clearly, and fairly. Because context matters. And when you look at the numbers, when you really dig into the tape, you start to understand where this tension is coming from. Offensively, the Cowboys were not the disaster some fans make them out to be. In fact, they were one of the most productive teams in the entire NFC. 471 points scored. Third most in the conference, trailing only the Rams and the Seahawks. That's not empty production. That's touchdowns. That's sustained drives. That's Dak Prescott throwing with confidence, CeeDee Lamb torching secondaries, and an offense that, most weeks, did its job. Prescott's season wasn't perfect, but it was far from the problem. This is a quarterback who has grown up in front of our eyes. From a fourth-round pick out of Mississippi State to the leader of the Dallas Cowboys. He's been through injuries, criticism, contract debates, and impossible expectations. And yet, week after week, he lined up, took the snap, and kept this offense competitive. When Dak talks about not correlating his play to wins and losses, he's not dodging responsibility. He's pointing at a deeper issue. Because here's where it gets uncomfortable. The Dallas Cowboys defense allowed more than 500 points this season. Let that number breathe. More than 500. The only team in the entire NFL to do so. In a league designed for parity, that's not just bad. That's alarming. And against the Giants, it showed. New York didn't come into that game as some unstoppable offensive juggernaut. This wasn't a high-powered attack lighting up scoreboards all year. But against Dallas, they looked comfortable, confident, in control. They carved up the Cowboys' defense with alarming ease, extending drives, winning at the line of scrimmage, and exposing coverage breakdowns that have haunted this team all season long. You could almost feel the frustration building with every third down conversion allowed, every missed tackle, every blown assignment. And for fans watching at home, it felt like déjà vu. Haven't we seen this before? Haven't we had this same conversation year after year? The absence of Micah Parsons loomed large, and there's no sugarcoating that. Parsons is more than just a pass rusher. He's the emotional engine of this defense. His speed, his power, his ability to disrupt an entire game plan changes how offenses line up. Without him, the Cowboys lacked teeth. They lacked intimidation. And opposing quarterbacks knew it. But here's the hard truth. One player, no matter how great, cannot be the only thing holding a defense together. This is the Dallas Cowboys. This is a franchise that once prided itself on dominant units. The Doomsday Defense. Physical, punishing, relentless. The kind of defense that made quarterbacks hear footsteps. That legacy feels distant right now. And that's where Dak's comments land differently. When he says his play didn't dictate outcomes, it feels less like deflection and more like a quiet cry for balance. Football, at its core, is the ultimate team sport. Quarterbacks touch the ball every play, yes, but they can't stop the run. They can't cover receivers. They can't rush the passer. When one side of the ball collapses, even elite offenses get dragged down with it. Let's zoom out for a moment. This is a franchise with 5 Super Bowl titles. A team led by legends like Tom Landry, the stoic mastermind who defined an era. Roger Staubach, the original Captain America, leading comeback after comeback. Emmitt Smith, the NFL's all-time leading rusher, punishing defenses with heart and durability. Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin, the backbone of a 1990s dynasty that still lives in highlight reels and fan memories. This is why the standard is so high. This is why 7 wins feels unacceptable. This is why every quote, every comment, every sideways glance gets dissected. Because when you wear that star, mediocrity isn't just disappointing. It's offensive. And yet, here we are. 2 straight seasons stuck at 7 wins. 2 straight years watching January football from the couch. Meanwhile, division rivals reload, rebuild, and reassert themselves. The NFC East is unforgiving. The Eagles, the Giants, the Commanders, every game is personal. Every loss stings more when it comes from a familiar enemy. Inside the locker room, you can sense the tension. Not anger, not chaos, but something quieter. Fatigue. The kind that comes from feeling close but never close enough. Players know the window doesn't stay open forever. Careers are short. Opportunities are fragile. Imagine a veteran defender sitting at his locker, replaying blown coverages in his head. Imagine a wide receiver who put up career numbers wondering if it even mattered. Imagine Dak Prescott walking out of AT&T Stadium, hearing the echoes of boos and cheers mixed together, knowing that leadership sometimes means saying uncomfortable truths. A fictional but believable voice from the locker room might put it like this: "We didn't fail because we didn't care. We failed because we weren't complete." And that might be the most honest assessment of all. So where does this leave the Cowboys? At a crossroads. Again, this offseason isn't about flashy headlines or splashy promises. It's about accountability. It's about rebuilding a defense that can actually support an offense built to win now. It's about finding depth, discipline, and identity on that side of the ball. Because you cannot ask your quarterback to score 30 every week and expect to survive in the NFL. Dak Prescott's future remains a topic of debate, as it always does. But performances like this season reinforce one thing: he is not the problem. He may not be perfect, but he is capable. He is resilient. And he is still the best option for a team that believes its championship window hasn't fully closed. The bigger question is this: will the organization meet that belief with action? Will the front office prioritize defense the way this roster demands? Will coaching adjustments finally translate into consistency? Or will we be back here again next year, asking the same questions, replaying the same frustrations? Cowboys Nation, this is the moment where voices matter. Drop your thoughts. Was Dak justified in what he said? Was it shade, or was it truth? Does this defense need a complete overhaul, or just better health and execution? And most importantly, do you still believe this team can reclaim its place among the NFL elite? Because being America's team isn't about nostalgia. It's about standards. It's about rising when expectations are crushing. And it's about turning seasons like this into fuel, not excuses. The star still shines. The question is whether the pieces around it will finally fall into place. Stay with us, stay loud, and stay engaged. The offseason is just beginning, and in Dallas, the story is never really over.